Because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie
with AshHoles.
I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
Hello everybody, I'm off today, so I'm here at home, but I do have something very special that I'd like to do a review for you guys today. Today we're smoking the Artesano Del Tobacco Viva La Vida. Woo! Viva La Vida is actually a line made by the company Artesano Del Tobacco. It's Nicaraguan tobacco blended in collaboration with AJ Fernandez. Now these actually did not come out yet. I was able to get my hands on one because I know the guys in my local shop. A couple of samples of these bad boys and they decided to hook me up. So, you know, I thought, hey, listen, if this is a cigar that's about to hit the market, why not take this opportunity to let people know what you think, you know? If it's good, let's buy these things. If this sucks, I'll let you know. Well, first thing I gotta say, the construction is fantastic. I mean, the torpedo is so pointy, I feel like I could stab somebody with it. These things should be considered a freaking weapon. Really, really solid construction. Kind of veiny, but I'm okay with that, you know what I mean? Tobacco tends to be a little thicker and more flavorful in my opinion, so I do like that in my wrappers. Oh well, this is Nicaraguan, so you know you're gonna get that like tough sweet smell in the filler. The wrapper surprisingly smells very wood. Tastes like shit. No, I'm just playing. Okay, this is gonna be a strong one. I can tell right away. Even the smoke that's co-opting into my nostrils is really. One thing I would tell you is I was caught off guard a little bit by how good the draw was. Like usually when I smoke in Piros, it's a little bit like a tighter draw, but this was like wow, so it really like fucked me up in a good way. I like a loose draw. So I actually had to think a little bit about what this tastes like. It's a little bit hard to describe, and that's usually a good thing. That means it's something interesting. So it's funny. It's very. It's almost like a mix of all three of the main groups: leather, wood, and earth. To elaborate, pretty much, up front is a very, very like a dark woodiness. You know what I mean? It tastes like solid wood, but it tastes a little bit more bitter, but in a good way. Like, so I know I use bitter as a negative a lot, not this time. Cigar actually comes, it's a little bit bitter in the beginning, but it also comes with like a ton of flavor. It's almost like drinking a dark coffee. It's you know what I mean? There's a difference between drinking a dark coffee and eating a fucking handful of dirt, right? The dark coffee is enjoyable. I had a bit to drink earlier. I am so sorry. I totally forgot to tag the company. So you can, if you guys want to check out the guys who make this, please just check out this link right here. Link, fucking tag, what do you call it when you put the name up there? Hashtag. As it progresses down the cigar, the flavor does kind of become a little more stable. It does settle on a nice earthiness, and a little bit of pepper, as well as a little spice. Luckily, this cigar, even though it is on the fuller side, and it does have that pepper, it does have the good corresponding flavor. So if it's just too much pepper or too much charcoal, it's like not, it's just bitter shit. But this is actually nice. Its own, the cigar, you know, doesn't really evolve that much. It did kind of change from the beginning on. Kind of like rounded out a little bit. I could notice more like prominent notes of earthiness as opposed to previously. But I did notice is I poured myself a little drink, and when I do have a bit of a drink with this cigar, it does help cleanse my palate a little bit. And then I do get like a more of a nicer aftertaste, and it did change from a leather to back to a nice wood as was in the beginning. Past the band now, and it was, interestingly enough, it did actually change a little bit. So what happened is a little bit more sweetness and a little bit more like salty towards the end. The woodiness is still there, and it still has that little bit of charcoaly bitterness, but it's quite nice. Yeah, as like about 2 inches left, the saltiness is still definitely there. It's quite nice. Sweetness is also there, like I said, but I'm also getting a nice note of like a dark chocolate that accompanies the nice woodiness that comes along with it. So the charcoal transformed into, I gotta say, definitely my favorite part of the smoke is the last third, because this is when, so the first third, the second third, there is a little bit of evolution, but the last third, it just goes, pow, just pow, pow, like just blows up in complexity. Alright, so I'm pretty much done with this smoke. Very, very, very nice smoke. Honestly, I'm glad I ate before this, and I'm definitely glad I had a drink with me, because there is a good amount of strength in this, and to clean your palate and to have something in your belly is definitely a plus when you're having one of these Viva La Vidas. The first two parts were kind of like a nice earthy, woody taste. Okay, towards the end, that's when the complexity really ramps up. I tasted a dark chocolate, a bit salty. I was expecting a little sourness from the Nicaraguan tobacco, but didn't get any of that. You're not gonna find these online. Mostly you'll find these around like mom and pop stops. I know that Famous is gonna have them. I'm personally looking forward for the limited edition diademas that are coming out. I'm definitely gonna try to snag myself a box of these bad boys when they come out. I love cigars. Blah, blah, blah.